not senior, but South Range going for the district semifinals tomorrow night as well. Boy, Luke Rowan, the deadly 3-point shooter. Luke, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today.
Thanks for having me.
Man, I said senior because I'm just thinking, man, you've had such an impact on this team. Sometimes it feels like you've been playing for 4 years, but no. Your class of 25, here we go. But what's this season been like for you? A whirlwind of just being able to make big impacts on a lot of big games, time in, time out.
Yeah, season started off a little rough, but we picked it up. We been playing together, and it's just we're having fun now, and we're winning, so we're having fun.
Winning is fun, but you brought up that start of the season. Obviously, you start off kind of tough, but what were some of the conversations had inside this locker room? I'm sure the team had a lot of player only type meetings that kind of brought this team together during that and turned it around. What were some of the things that you guys said to each other to really turn that season around and get back to a winning path?
We just talked about teamwork. At the beginning of the year, you could tell by the way we were playing that it was every man for themselves out there. And it was a little rough because we had about 4 practices together and we had 3 or 4 games with the football team because of their success. So we just, I don't even know how to say it. We weren't fresh coming into the year. We needed Aiden Leone how he is now and Lenny Moore how he is now. They just weren't the same first couple games coming back from football.
Was it kind of easy to understand that, like, hey guys, we're 0-5, but our football players haven't really gotten into basketball shape yet. We're gonna be fine. Was it kind of easy to keep that in perspective?
Yeah, I picked up on that pretty quick. I knew we weren't going to be the powerhouses we should be because they just had the longest football season of their lives. But
Right.
Once they kicked it into gear, things went up from there. So
We always ask how success breeds success. What was it like to bring the players that just won a state championship into that locker room and kind of hear some of the things that they were able to do and some of the standards that they had that won them that state championship and be able to lean on their leadership?
Oh, it was great because coming into the year we didn't look too good. We weren't winners, but they came right off a winning season, so it was like they knew how to win, and you can see how when we play they know how to win and they show us how to win.
To my count, I might be wrong, but you guys are 8-0 in one possession games this year. A lot of wild finishes.
Yeah.
A lot of game winning shots. What's it been like to just, it seems like you win every close game you play?
Yeah, we usually take a pretty big lead in those close games, and then teams slowly fight back, and then we're the last ones to score. That's the goal.
This NE8 that you guys play in has been wild all year. Every team seems to be able to beat everybody. Girard, Jefferson, you guys, Hubbard, Struthers. I mean, they all have big wins against one of the teams that finished in the top spot, including you guys. What's that been like going through a league where you literally know that every night you cannot take the night off?
Oh, I don't even know how to say it. It's hard because you see teams killing teams, and then every game in the NE8's like inside of 10 points because all the teams are probably just as good as each other.
For the first time in the boys basketball program, you guys are NE8 champions. How did that feel to be able to pull that off, to go on the road to Jefferson to clinch it?
Oh, it was awesome. We were their first home loss, so we really took that to heart. And just to have a piece of the NE8 was awesome. We just had fun.
How much was that motivation, knowing you were going there, knowing that they hadn't had a home loss yet? Obviously, it's a tough trip for everybody. How much was that motivation for you guys going down there like, hey, we better give this team their first home loss?
Oh, it was a lot of motivation because we wanted to win so bad. Since the first game to the last game, we've wanted to win so bad, and we knew we can get this game. And the first quarter it didn't look so good, but we overcame and we won.
You had a stretch this season. In 3 games for a week, you hit 17 3-pointers. 1, my word. 2, what's it like when you get on a hot streak like that where it feels like almost you can't miss a shot that you put up?
Oh, it feels good. And just the motivation from my teammates, the bench. When I watch film, I always watch the bench. They're always having fun, but what at South Range, when you see someone's getting hot, that's their game. So like the days Lenny gets hot, where he's the only one we're feeding because we want him to go. But when I was getting hot, my teammates found me. So
one of the things that I noticed covering you guys all year, even when you're hot, you're not taking silly shots. You're not doing those heat check moments where you're showing up a three that's like way beyond your range and things like that. How have you avoided that when you're hot, when you're feeling it? You don't get that to that point where you're not getting it out of the offense. You know what I mean?
yeah, it's because we don't have just like one or two guys that can score. We have 4 or 5 guys on the court at all times that can score it. So it's easy to distribute the ball and let everyone get a chance to score and not take bad shots.
A lot of people would say, "Oh man, the South Range team only has one senior." They probably have a lot of young guys that have to step up and lead, and I'm sure you do. But man, that one senior is Aiden Leone. What's it been like to have him as a rock on this team and see him, as you said earlier, get into that basketball stride?
Oh, Aiden's sweet. He's probably the nicest guy on the team. He doesn't say too much, but when he says stuff, that means it matters. So when he has to step up and lead us, he does, and he does a great job.
There was one point in the first tournament game where United was starting to make a little bit of a run in the third quarter. Then Aiden threw it down. Right, Aiden got the dunk.
Yeah.
What did that do for the emotions, for the energy of this team to see him do that in his last home game of his career in that kind of moment?
Oh, I was jumping. I jumped from half court to about the volleyball line. So happy. But it was the first time anyone from South Range has dunked in our gym. So it was an awesome feeling, and everyone was happy for him.
And that's wild because there have been so many good athletes that have come through South Range in that gym, and a lot of people that you would think could have gotten up there to dunk, but Aiden Leone's the first one to do it. When you talk about this team this season, obviously you're going now for the district semifinals and you're trying to get the program's first district championship. What would that mean, especially considering the start to the season and the things that this team had to go through and all that to be the program's first district championship after all that?
Oh, it would mean the world. You see like the teams that have chanced at getting the district finals, they didn't start like us. It wasn't like the Cinderella story we are. So if we were to get there, it'd be awesome.
Okay, we got to talk about this family lineage because anyone that looks at that last name Rowan, it's kind of in the DNA of South Range. There's been a lot of good Rowans that have come through that school. Mm-hmm. What's it like being in this family tree and having so many athletes in your family and kind of so much to live up to?
Oh, it's sweet. Most of my cousins played baseball, so it's like not as much pressure, but my cousin Georgie was a really good basketball player at South Range back in the day. So it's nice to carry the last name on my back and show them that like it's not just handed to me. You got to earn it.
Yeah, I mean, most of them, dabbled in basketball, but you're right. They were mostly, the baseball is the sport that they signed in. What's that like to kind of be the mantle of the basketball in your family and kind of go the other way?
Oh, it's sweet because my brother gets all the love for baseball, so I get the basketball love, so I love it.
Did you ever consider baseball?
I played baseball my freshman year. I don't know if I'll play this year, but it was fun last year. I'm not very good at baseball.
Yeah, don't sell yourself short. I'm sure there's stuff you do for that team. But back to basketball, this home gym, yeah, everyone has something about their home gym that makes it feel like home. You guys playing what I like to call the Thriller Dome, and it lived up to its name this year. What is it about South Range in that gym that makes it feel like home to you?
It's probably the community. Every game's always packed. Once we started winning, people started flooding in, and it's just such a great environment to play in.
Yeah, and they say winning breeds culture, winning breeds crowds, but it doesn't even matter. I mean, even when you guys were struggling, that first home game that you had was packed. What's it mean to you to have a community that doesn't give up on you guys when you have to start like that?
Oh, it's awesome because they're half the reason we took this road to success because they're just rooting us even in the hardest times. So
obviously you're a student athlete as well, so you have a lot of studies and you have all the stuff that you have to do as a student. Sophomore year for me was the hardest. What's it been like for you in the classroom?
Sophomore year has probably been the hardest year of my academic career. I usually get all A's, but I've been getting a couple B's lately. So
Oh no.
yeah.
What have been some of the classes that you do like that you're not struggling in still?
Math, Miss Fishel. Her class is pretty easy for me because I'm quick with math, and I like science.
What about the other end of the spectrum? What class do you have to work the hardest in to get those good grades? And
English is probably not my strong suit, and history I have to work hard to get an A.
Is it still Lindstrom for history?
Yes, it is still
Got
strong.
got to give him a hard time,
Yeah,
especially since he's a Patriots fan.
yeah.
Who are some of your favorite teachers that you've had in the school system, whether it be in the high school or in the middle school? Teachers that kind of have made an impact on your journey and have been able to help you in the classroom and help you in life too.
Coach Geezy, he was my 8th grade basketball coach and my tech teacher. Miss Scott, the home ec teacher. Oh, I'm trying to think right now. All the teachers, Mr. Foster, everyone's really helped me. So,
One of the things about South Range, obviously, there's a reason why they're one of the highest graded schools as far as education goes. What's it kind of been like knowing that you have the teachers you mentioned and all the other teachers in the school that take the extra mile to care for their students, and if you need help, they're always there.
mm-hmm. Yeah, it's anytime I need help, like I'll come in early if I'm taking a test that day and I don't quite sure know what I'm doing. So they go out of their way to help people. So that's why I love South Range.
All right, so you're just in your sophomore year. You got 2 more years to think about, 2 more years to grow. What are some of the things that you watched in your game and you say, I can still get really better at this as I keep going in my basketball career?
Probably my ball handling and my ability to drive to the hole and start making some 2-pointers.
Now, I heard you say earlier this season that your home is the 3-point line.
Yeah.
Does that mean you're going to go out of your home a little bit and try to get?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I usually say my boundary is that line behind the free throw line, but I'm gonna have to start breaking boundaries and develop my game.
When you kind of do that, what is the thing that is going to excite you the most about the future of this program? Obviously, you're bringing a lot of people back next year. Obviously, you're still thinking about this year. But when you think about the future of this program and the steps that you're taking this year, what excites you the most?
The thing that excites me the most is that we're all coming back, and it's like we're going to pick up right where we left off this year, next year. So losing Aiden's going to be big, but we're also gaining some guys, and we'll be – hopefully we start off quick, unlike this year.
All right, Luke, it's all going down tomorrow, Warren Harding. Before we let you go, I want to give you the chance to thank your support system and all the people that have been there for you throughout your career.
All right, I want to thank my family, my mom. She always got my uniform ready for me, everything. She's a helper. Then my dad, we always watch film together, and just everyone who supports me.
What's the biggest form of basketball advice your dad has given you?
Just go out there like it's your last game and don't play scared. Just play your game. Let the game come to you.
All right, Luke, thank you so much for joining us today. Wish you the best of luck tomorrow in the district semifinals. Hopefully you can earn your way into a district championship. We'll all be rooting for you, and we can't wait to see you again real soon.
Thank you.